Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome into the video. So in this video, I'm going to be going through my top 10 stocks for the year of 2021. Now these are not short-term trades. These are not ones that I'm going to be panic selling when they break support or anything like that. These are long-term plays. The thesis on these trades are anywhere from about 3 months from now all the way to about 3 years from now. So these are all long-term plays, long-term thesis, some great value in these stocks. So let's go ahead and get to the first stock. Alright, so the first stock I'm going to be talking about in this video is Canoo, ticker symbol GOEV. And this is a company that I can see being one of the main players in the EV space and actually being a lasting competitor, as a lot of these companies may not last. I see Canoo as being very lasting. They have very strong technology in the vehicles. They have developed all of their own technology, very different than many other of these EV plays. But what Canoo has over these other competitors is they have the social media presence and they have the marketing strategy that I absolutely love. So we can take a look at the Twitter, and they have access and they reach out to a bunch of these influencers that I expect they will make videos on Canoo vehicles in the future. And when they do, this will lead to so many more sales for Canoo, so many more potential customers, and YouTubers and influencers in general. I think this will be the game changer that this company needs that will put it ahead of so many of these other EV companies. So the first one, we can take a look at their Twitter that they had a conversation with Sam Sheffer. Take a look at his YouTube channel. He does a lot of technology reviews, vehicles. He has 313,000 subscribers, millions of views on many of his videos, so that would obviously be huge. Also, they did tweet at Mr. Beast saying, how about taking Mr. Beast burgers mobile and all electric? Which, if Mr. Beast was to use one of these Canoo vehicles in his video, if he's sponsored by them, talks about it in the video, I think that would be absolutely massive. Now that's obviously a far reach for Mr. Beast to use one of these, but if he did, my goodness, this company would take off. Next up, Marquise Brownlee. This is the biggest tech YouTuber on the platform, and they tweeted at him saying, we also noticed you don't have a mobile studio either. And he replied saying, I don't know what I need it for, but I need it. And I could definitely see him making a tech review on this car as well. Next up, they tweeted at Casey Neistat, which is also one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform. And he also tweeted at them saying, so ready for a square steering wheel. He has been seen at the Canoo headquarters, and this is definitely a guy that I could see making a video on Canoo the vehicle and being sponsored by them. These are very futuristic cars, and their marketing techniques of getting in touch with these influencers, I think this is the game changer that is different than the other companies, and for that reason, I do love this stock long term. I love the price that it's at right now. Below $14 is an absolute steal. The lower that it goes, I'll keep buying up these dips, as this is a company that I believe in the long term. A lot of these other EV plays are very speculative, short-term plays for me. Canoo is a company that I actually like long term in this space, and I could see it being one of the main competitors in the future. Alright, so the next stock is BurgerFi International, ticker symbol BFI. So this is a very cheap stock right now. It's currently trading for $13.69 per share with a market cap under $200 million. And taking a look at what this company does is they're very innovative and looking towards the future in their food sales. So this is pretty much a direct comparison to a company like Shake Shack, which first of all, the fundamentals compared to Shake Shack is much higher value than BurgerFi. And taking a look at the competitors, what BurgerFi has over these other ones is this natural antibiotic beef, which is just them and Shake Shack. Next up, they have the plant-based option that none of these other burger places have, and they're selling the Beyond Burger. They also sell craft beer and wine, which is a huge revenue driver, frozen custard desserts, and eco-friendly and sustainable design, which is, once again, this is just what them and Shake Shack have together, and these other competitors do not. Also, what this company is coming out with, which is a delivery-only expansion. So they're going to be opening these kitchens, which are delivery-only, which there's been a huge boost in delivery-only foods right now, with DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates, and all those other companies. And opening places like this is the difference between this. They are much more profitable because they don't have to have those restaurants open. All they have to do here is make food, delivery, and the profit margins there are just that much more. We can see that their projected revenue, they're projected to grow a ton. And they also have a U.S. Air Force partnership. They have stated, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, that they will continue to pursue other U.S. military partnerships, which is absolutely huge, giving them that strong floor as a business. So this is a long-term play for me. It's a great value, and I see great growth. So right now at this price, I think it's an absolute steal for the long term. Alright, so next up, Tattooed Chef, ticker symbol TTCF. Now I know a bunch of people are on this one already, but I absolutely love the company. I've been loading up when it first started the merger at $13 per share, and then on the dip, when it dipped down to $15, loaded up there as well. So what I like about this company is, in my opinion, this is going to be a big part of the future of food sales. We can take a look at the company products, the long-term opportunity of where they're at, the frozen retail sales, and the plant-based. You rarely find healthy frozen foods, but Tattooed Chef is pretty much the healthiest, frozen foods you can get, also plant-based. And we can also see the future of the people who are trying to go vegan and plant-based diets, which is going to be growing massively in the future. Tattooed Chef's products do trade for a premium because of how healthy they are, because of the quality of the food. These foods are very high quality for being frozen, and that just leads to the profit margin being that much more because the food is expensive. They're expected to expand not just frozen foods, actual foods, be a potential competitor to a company like Beyond Meat. So I see this company trading right at around $1 billion in market cap. I can see this company being a 10x potential in the future. So staying within the same industry of plant-based foods, Beyond Meat, ticker symbol BYND. This is at a price right now, which is a great long-term entry in my personal opinion. So this company's main focus is being the #1 player in the plant-based food space, and they spent such a large amount of money on research and development, and it's also a big percentage of their net revenue. As we can see them compared to other companies, 6.9% of their net revenue is just from research and development of these meat products. They're trying to disrupt the largest category in food, and they have had huge growth so far, and this is one of the highest, fastest growing companies in the market. And if plant-based diets do grow a crazy amount, like all of us expect in the future, Beyond Meat will be one of the top 2 leaders in the space no matter what, most likely the very top leader in the space in this growing industry, which has huge future potential. I can see the stock being one of the biggest growing companies within the next decade. Alright, so the next stock I'm going to be talking about is actually penny stock. I know you guys love your penny stocks. This is a long-term penny stock for me. This is in the cannabis industry. So the cannabis industry is one that I think will have a very big year in 2021 with all the voting dates coming up, potential legalization in more areas. The time for cannabis stocks is coming very quickly. And one of my favorite values right now is Marimed, ticker symbol MRMD. So this stock is trading for 47 cents right now. This stock has had absolutely huge growth. And taking a look at the valuation compared to other competitors, we can see that comparing this stock on the fundamental level to peers, this stock should be valued at $517 million at market cap. As of right now, this stock is just valued at around $100 million in market cap. So just the slide is stating that if it's valued fairly compared to competitors, this stock will be valued at $1.77 per share. So this is a value play, a growth play, and a penny stock that I like for the long term in a growing industry. Alright, so the next stock is Hyliion, ticker symbol HYLN. This stock, as of right now, is trading for $16.48. We saw highs earlier in the year of this stock getting over $50. So this stock obviously had a ton of hype. The hype has died down, and this is when you want to start buying these companies, is after this huge hype run. After the stock evens out, the hype dies down. That's where you want to buy it for the next potential run on hype. I'm not sure how long I'll hold this stock, whether it's a couple months or a couple of years from now. It all depends on the news that comes out. But what I do expect from this company in the short term is, first of all, I expect some PR, some partnerships to come out. And it's not going to take much for the hype to come back for this company. Once the hype does come back, I could see the stock getting easily over $30 per share and potentially retesting highs if good news comes out. Now this is more of a speculative long-term company, reason because it's going to be a slow process of rolling all these products out there, slow growth, but if everything goes perfectly for the company, this company is the future of EV trucking, very, very cost efficient. The management team is very good. Thomas Healy is a CEO that I trust fully. There's very unfair comparisons between this company and Nikola, which has resulted in a ton of panic selling, so I don't think this panic selling will last. I do expect this stock to have a big reversal very soon. And like I was saying, this is a speculative long-term company, so I'm not for sure how long I'll hold it. It's all news-based. But as of right now, all I know is I'm loading up at these current prices under $20, as I do believe that is an absolute steal for the mid/long term. Alright, so the next stock I'm going to be talking about is Salesforce, ticker symbol CRM. So this stock is currently trading for $222 per share, and the growth is just absolutely massive overall. So the portfolio of expanding total addressable markets from 2021 up to 2025, their projection, we can see that they are expected to have a $175 billion addressable market. We can see this company is a global leader in customer relationship management. By far, they're 19.8% of this industry, while other companies are 5.3% at the most. And just the growth potential, which is expected to be over 20% year over year, they state it's a generational opportunity. The growth is absolutely insane, and this potential, if they do play out with their targets, this stock will be much higher value than where it's at right now. The Slack acquisition did cause a sell-off. Now they did overpay for Slack, but in my opinion, this will help the growth a ton and is great for the future potential of this business overall. Alright, so the next long-term stock that I'm loving for 2021 is Rocket Mortgage, ticker symbol RKT. So right now, this stock is trading for $20.22, and this is one that I love fundamentally, that has great growth. We can see that it has a revenue of $13.17 billion. Quarterly revenue growth year over year is of 184%. and EBITDA is 7.81 billion, and a price to sales ratio of 3. Now Rocket's growth is going to slow down because it has been boosted by this pandemic. Reason because they are an online mortgage platform, so people are able to do everything online instead of going to a brokerage, talking to a lender, and everything like that. Instead, they do everything online through Rocket Mortgage. Rocket also has Quicken Loans. A bunch of other smaller companies offer this brand of Rocket companies. So this is not just a one-trick pony. They're also expected to launch Rocket Auto, which is giving auto loans. So overall, I see this company as the future of online mortgage lending. I do think it is going to continue the growth, not the rate that it's at because that's obviously not sustainable, but still going to be growing rapidly. This is a very solid fundamental business, very undervalued compared to all these other growth companies. And Rocket Mortgage is just a company that I like overall. And the value that it's at right now, it's very, very undervalued in my personal opinion and should be at least $30 per share. And I can see the stock 2 years from now around $60 to $70 per share. That would be my personal price prediction. Alright, so next up I want to talk about a SPAC that I like a lot long term. This is Northern Star Acquisition Corp, ticker symbol STIC, and this is going to be the merger with BarkBox. So I see BarkBox in the future being that number 2 to Chewy. So right now Chewy is very, very high valued. It had great growth. I see BarkBox as a direct competitor with them and potentially getting right at the top, being even with these companies as they do offer different products. But BarkBox has great advertising, great social media following, and customers are always very satisfied, great reviews in this company. And I see this company just growing very steadily. People absolutely love spending money on their pets. They do not hesitate spending a ton of money on their pets. And we can see the growth that they're estimating in the full year of 2021. Right now they have 1.1 million active subscriptions, which is that consistent revenue driver. They've come out with many new products, including the BarkBox Super Chewer Box, the Bark Home, the Bark Bright, the Bark Eat, and their original, the BarkBox, which is obviously the most popular. And the net revenue projected in 2021 is $369 million. The net revenue growth is 65%. And my favorite thing about this company is the gross margins, which is 60% margin, which is absolutely huge profit margin. So the space in general, I see huge growth for BarkBox. I do see it as a future leader in the space. And at the value that's at right now, even pre-merger, if there's any dips, I'm buying very heavily and holding for the long term, as I do see this company as a huge future company. Alright, so I'm going to throw 2 more stocks in here as being a couple of my favorite travel plays. So first off, Boeing, ticker symbol BA. I see the stock recovering back to $300 to $400 within the next 1 to 2 years as travel starts to come back. Also, Spirit Airlines, ticker symbol SAVE. I can see the stock having a ton of growth, reason because this is the more cheap airline. As travel comes back, they could raise their prices if there's huge demand for all these flights after the vaccine rolls out and everything like that. So they have the most upside of all these airlines. Now they are the most risky, and if travel does come back and is booming in 2021 to 2022, I see them raising their prices, raising the margins, potentially getting up to all-time highs because of the growth that they're having in the business, the raise of the profit margins. Now it is more speculative, it is a higher risk, higher reward, but this is an airline that if travel does come back like I'm expecting, this has the highest upside and the one that I'll be playing. Alright, so those are my top 10 picks of the long-term stocks to buy in 2021. Now these are not short-term trades, so I'm buying on all dips. I'm not panic selling anything unless something changes fundamentally or news comes out that changes my thesis on these trades. If you're interested in joining the private stock group, that link is down below. If you want to get free stocks on Webull, free money on Acorn Investing or Coinbase, those links are down below as well. Those are affiliate links, so I would appreciate that greatly. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck to everybody this year. Let's make some great money this year. Let's get some great gains in the stock market. Good luck to everybody, trade smart, and let's get rich.